words. I'll show you that picture. Sure. So when I print something out, it's not,
Every day.
that's my daughter Kim's.
Okay.
She had to take Lakota classes at the college, so.
So do you all use the same alphabet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And pronunciation, what are the hardest things for speakers of English to do in Lakota?
The guttural sounds.
The guttural sound? Like, what's a guttural sound?
Yeah, that's your primary one.
What's a word that has that?
Let's see, Doksha, no, that's a, what word do you not know in Lakota that has a sound in it? Taetu,
Every word?
evening, evening, Taetu,
So,
Yeah.
taetu?
Taetu.
Taetu. That's evening?
So it almost
Evening.
almost sounds like you're clearing your throat to start.
Taetu.
If, they say if you put your tongue to the top of your roof of your mouth, it's easier to make those sounds. One of the words the kids were learning was otechike. Today it means, today's language, it's kind of shortened into a slang. And they say otechike because a person has been drinking all night, drinking alcohol all night, so they wake up with a hangover, and they use the word otechike. That's not the actual meaning. In Lakota, it meant having a difficult time. Today I got up and I know I have to get something done for go hunting. I have to go find food for my family. I got to go find a job, get these bills paid, get some food on the table, get Pampers for the baby.
Mhm.
Today's otechike. That would be the meaning for that word, but today's society just changed the whole meaning around saying otechike. I need another drink because I got a hangover. So there's a lot of words like that that have changed the meanings. I want to lose those words and the meanings behind it.
Mhm.
A lot of times we have to review, go back over, and they're catching on.
Do the
Smart kids.
do the older ones actually have some fluency in Lakota?
No, my granddaughter's in there. I don't speak Lakota at home. When their grandfather comes over, we sit and speak Lakota. But when there's no one, my own children don't speak Lakota. My grandchildren don't speak Lakota.
So do you think it's a disappearing language?
I don't think so. I guess my youngest granddaughter can understand more so than the older ones. That's the little girl. She's kindergarten. But with her being with her other grandparents, they speak Lakota all the time. So she picked up and she understands, but her uncles and her auntie, they don't understand Lakota either. So for some reason, for her to pick it up and understand it, her and I can converse in little words, and she understands, but I don't know how it happened with her. The rest don't understand it, just little words,
Yeah, sure.
phrases, but that's about it.
So there's one letter I notice in here, it looks like an N with a kind of hook on it.
It's just kind of like a silent N.
A silent N, okay.
Dion, if I was to say
Friday,
Dion,
Diane.
you wouldn't hear that N, that first N. Dion.
Okay. So So how would I say?
Find good. Find the word good.
Good? Okay. Good. Waste?
That means wash day.
Waste. I'll say that.
Okay, that's not the right word. That's Dayan. Well, how would you say that in English?
Which?
Dayan. I'm trying to.
Oh. I don't know.
So which word was you showing me then?
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah,
Betu. Okay, betu.
Betu. So that's the N sound, right?
That's it.
It's,
So
it's lighter.
betu.
Not Petu, but Petu. It's just
And
lighter.
kind of, yeah, that's when they bring the long side to the end. I don't know what you would call it.
And with the mark over the S, that is a sh
Yeah.
sound.
Shh. Yeah.
So for fox, shungila,
Shunglega.
shunglera. So that I is accented. Becomes like an E. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then this mark above looks like a C over it for frankly. It's a good word to know.
Frankly, an adjective is
Yeah, so.
ton. Helen and Bella, they can sing that
Dakota.
song, you know.
I think I heard you singing that the last time I was here. Yeah.
Okay. So some of those words like that they retain, but I don't know if it's because it's got the motions that you can, because
We were talking
Lakota
about
people
learning
are more-
poems.
Yeah, the Lakota people are more visual than, or I couldn't say visual. They like motions and something that you can understand you can retain. So for them to learn that song, it was amazing, you know. That's kind of like, I think I read that somewhere where speakers have to recite things, or you have to memorize certain cities or capitals or whatever, then you coincide them with other things that you can remember to keep to memorize cities, names of cities or whatnot.
Does it sound different in Pine Ridge than it does in Rosebud, or
No,
No?
it would in Standing Rock in Yankton.
how far away are they?
That's north,
Okay.
just on the border of North Dakota.
Okay.
So a couple hundred miles.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a ways away, yeah.
Because we have Lakota, Nakota, and Dakota.
Okay.
And so your words in Standing Rock are Dakota.
And how did that come to be? The three different languages.
You got me.
What does kota mean? I'm assuming-
Lakota,
Well, that these three words, Lakota, Nakota, and Dakota, right?
those are your three dialects.
Okay.
The Sioux dialects. And there are some words that are similar, but your D and N, a lot of times when you're speaking to a Dakota, the D words in Lakota, the L words would be switched around. That's the only way I can explain it.
Okay.
Or the N. The first letters might be switched around. You can pretty much understand each other, although some words have a completely different meaning.
So I noticed this dictionary, and this is everyday. It's an English Sioux dictionary. But is there a Sioux English dictionary?
I haven't
Because
seen
you
one.
Haven't seen one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Are there any people who are speaking just Lakota, and they don't know any English now?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
And you were saying there are 500 on the reservation that are
Yeah.
fluent
Fluent.
in Lakota.
But
They still speak English.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones that would be speaking Lakota all the time at home. But again, it's my daughter-in-law, she speaks Lakota all the time at home to her grandchildren, and they understand. But her husband and older kids don't understand.
Now, Alba and Ann, who are here, Alba grew up in a home where they mix Spanish and English together, basically Spanglish. So is there something like that here where people are literally mixing sentence structure with English and Lakota, or they're using descriptive words in Lakota, but it's an English sentence?
A lot of times you can hear the Lakota speakers talk that way. They'll start out in Lakota and throw in some English words. And fluent Lakota speakers call them English speakers.
Because they have English,
Because, yeah,
a few English words, and then it's not Lakota now, it's
they
mix.
lose the Lakota thought, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, because you're saying Indian thinks as an Indian speaking Lakota, and if English comes out of your mouth, then you've lost that the Indian thought process
Yeah.
by speaking English.
There you go. That's what I've been trying to say.
Interesting. In terms of verbs and time and tenses and the way that works, is it different in Lakota than in English?
I think it is because Lakota people use verbs more than they would adjectives more than verbs. Let's remember. Gemini 20. Are we counting in Lakota?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
What was it we talked about when we talked in Lakota versus English? Remember, when we're speaking Lakota, we have to remember that everything in English is backwards. Okay? So you have to switch the words around. So it's Gemina is 10. Gemina Nupa. Okay? No, you were saying Nupa. Okay, let's start again. 290. Gemina.
Going to meet next. They described us as sneaky or snakes in their language. They kind of pluralized that. That's what they put down then. And that's what the government still calls us today. As I said, I'm an enrolled member of this Rosebud Sichangu Lakota Sioux tribe. So now you know, if you call me Sioux, what are you calling me? A bad name, huh? Now what we would have called ourselves would have been Ocheti Shakoli. How many people are going to remember that one? Yeah, that's a difficult word there. You know, I've seen some hands there. I'm going to call upon you. Who says they were going to remember that word? Oh, now the hands are no more. Okay. That means 7 council fires. I'm going to give you guys a term to remember and a politically correct word. Okay? Now the Sioux people, or Ocheti Shakoi. It makes up the Lakota, Dakota, Dakota people, same language, but a small dialect change. Myself being Lakota, if I were to say thank you, I'd say Pilamaya. A Dakota person would say Pidamaya. Do you hear the dialect change? Very small, some words are different, but we could understand each other. And even those ones break up into smaller ones. But that's the term I want you to use, is Lakota. So let's go ahead and say that. Lakota. Very good. Politically correct, the traditional language of our people. It's just like South Dakota, but with an L, so it's easy to say. And it translates to the friendly ones. And I think I'm probably a little bit more friendly than I am a snake. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start off by singing you guys a song. Raise your hand if you've been to a powwow before. Why don't you come? Why don't you stay? I wouldn't mind to see that smile every day. Hey, what do you say? Don't worry, I won't bite. I won't put up a fuss or a fight. Hey, what do you say? You can be my babe. The earth gave birth to the Lakota people at one of our 7 sacred sites called Wind Cave. When our people came to this world, went up on a hill to take a better look at our surroundings. And what we did find is a balance that exists all around us that we were now a part of. Ate Makpia, Father Sky, Unchimaka, Grandmother Earth. They both have their part in nurturing and taking care of all living things. This includes the four-legged, like the buffalo, our people, the Lakota people will go and hunt. This includes the rooted, like these trees. It includes the flying creatures. Ourselves as people, we need that earth and that sky to survive. So we have a certain level of respect for everything around us. We must live in harmony with Mother Nature. Only take enough of what we need. Now this is a lesson that is shared in this hoop dance. How many of us recognize these as hula hoops? I myself, I just call them hoops. Reason for that is I will not be hulaing today, all right? What I will be doing is be portraying the different things in nature, different animals, the different plants. That shows the connection that they have with ourselves as people. The first two, the one that we saw in nature, it's what brings that earth and that sky together. It is the horizon line. If you go up on a hill, you'll be able to see it too, but it's still around us. It's behind these buildings, behind these trees. The horizon line, it is in every direction, 360 degrees, following us wherever we go. Remind us of this balance. So we perform this hoop dance to walk in harmony with Mother Nature, bring us together as a people, give us good, positive energies. It's supposed to put smiles on our faces. It's a healing dance, okay? So what I like to do is look for the grumpiest face out there. Okay? There's a couple of them I seen. Yeah. Starting to smile now. I didn't even start dancing yet. But I use that as motivation for when the time comes that I dance. I dedicate that especially to the grumpy ones in hopes of turning their frowns upside down, making their day a little bit better, giving them a little bit of that healing power. Okay? It's like a ripple effect. It only starts with that one action. Okay? So go ahead, raise your hand if you have seen hoop dancing before. Good news that into our culture. Now it's used a great deal throughout our people. If you go to those powwows, you're going to see fully beaded pieces that they'll be wearing. Before that, what us Lakotas used was quill work, made out of porcupine quills. We dye them different colors, and we put them into our outfits, our moccasins, our buckskin regalias. If you go throughout this museum here, they have many pieces that have quill work. I tried working with quill work, and I got poked a lot of times. It's a lot more difficult. That's something definitely I want to work on. I'm okay at beadwork, but want to try to do that quill work. Okay. All right, any other questions?